also something that could really deter like an inexperienced protester from protesting. So I did.
Hold on. Gina, I'm a rookie in the protest.
How many protests do you have to protest in order to be a veteran?
It's just so hard to make it for a young kid.
I'm in my 3rd year of protesting. I'm embarrassed to be around you guys. You guys have been doing this. You guys have been burning down buildings forever. So let's get back to Gina. What is Gina fucking yapping about? And by the way, Ellie, what is Ellie doing? Ellie, fucking listen. I'm taking notes. I'm trying to help you out here. That's true. She's getting ready.
It'd be great if we watched the video and Ellie's like, just, all right, we get it.
She's just dipping her torches in tar.
Ellie's busy trying to.
She's pouring Molotov cocktails.
She's trying to construct a cocktail from her boss here. You know, I thought Dave Porter was her boss. Jesus, go ahead.
There's videos of a peaceful protest in Seattle that the media like leave because there's just nothing to report on. There was in Denver. They did a protest where people laid down on their stomachs for 8 minutes to represent the way that George Floyd was murdered. And there's almost no coverage of that, which is interesting because there's an estimate that there's around 2,000 people in the park.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Hold on. First of all, I watch the news now more than ever. They cover these protests all the time, how people lie down and it's fine. That's great that they do that. That makes them, that's fantastic. But you know, what do you know, they say there was calm, but you know, to me, like they go to these things and they protest and nothing actually happens. Not that anybody's trying to do good, but nothing. When you're doing the news, it is news if somebody gets shot.
Right.
Like this is how news works, Gina.
Yeah, what I was going to say is the Right to Life protest. 100,000 people in the D.C. mall, barely gets any media coverage. But do you think if one person went and vandalized a Planned Parenthood clinic, what do you think CNN would report?
Sure.
The peaceful protest or the act of vandalism?
I mean, if there was 100,000 people in Fox News would report that.
Well, Fox reports it for sure. But it's a thing every year that the media intentionally ignores. But I'm just saying, if there was an act of violence, people would rightly focus on that act of violence.
And we all agree that CNN is biased and MSNBC is biased and Fox News is biased.
Of course.
We all know that. I mean, it's like, but to pretend.
I guess your point is that they sensationalize the bad stories and don't focus on the good stories, which is true.
Yeah, but I mean, that's news.
I mean, riots are kind of sensational.
I mean, yeah, I mean, so.
But in her mind, it's one incident as opposed to all these great stories that they're not focusing on, which is wrong. But I think that's what she's trying to say.
Okay, I guess. All right, yeah. There's Gina. So go ahead, keep going.
Always keep in mind that
this is amazing.
When it comes to media coverage, there are very few.
A, B, C. Always be closing. Always be closing.
This is where we get hooked.
She's like Alec Baldwin. She's like a second place. Second place is says steak knives. Third prize is you're fired.
Coffee is for closers. Closers only.
You Schnitt, you over there. What are you looking at? What's your problem? You see this right here? This watch costs more than your car. That's who I am, Schnitt, and you're nothing. It's just unbelievable. What do you think, Steve? Is there any part down deep, Steve, do you think Ellie wants to say something to her, like in any part of her body where Ellie wants to say something that she said in the past? Even on this podcast, like today?
I think
maybe like a soundbite that Ellie might want to say to this woman.
Shut the fuck up. I don't think
so. I don't think that's true. I don't know why you played that, Steve. What were you saying, Mike?
There's an element of like listening to this. I think Ellie almost feel like she thinks she's being outsmarted here by Gina. Like Gina.
It is a duel. I'll say that.
Gina's the smart. So Ellie's kind of just like, oh wow. Okay.
No, you're sitting there like you're handing over to the master.
Yes.
Right. Like this is like when they bring in Nick Saban, they pay him $100,000 to give us motivational speeches. This is what this like. All right, come on.
We got the big guy.
We're bombing today. Who are we bombing today? Let's go. Like at the end, they have some chant or something, right?
Let me just follow along here.
And he's like these 8 rules to success.
I mean, she actually says wear a long sleeve shirt to cover up any identifying tattoos you might have.
Does she say that?
Like this.
Oh, that's good. Well, that's good. Excellent.
Number 2.
There you go.
I don't know why a peaceful protester would need to conceal their identifying tattoos.
You are so naive, Steve. So naive.
Keep be judged by the.
Let me hear more from Gina, who is becoming my favorite personality right now ever. She basically works at Barstool.
I try to follow like a diverse group of like news outlets. And across
hold on.
MSNBC, CNN, Huffington
How
Post.
diverse a news outlet is Gina? You know who I really am starting to like a lot is Sean Hannity. Like he's got really different ideas.
Alex Jones guy is wild.
Tucker Carlson, he's willing to say some controversial things to offend Trump's base.
I have diverse. Like I respect Mike Pence a lot. It's really weird.
Ellie, if you'll indulge me for a moment, Glenn Beck was saying last night.
If you're wondering what a president is, Ellie, it's very simple. Vice President Pence, if the president dies, he assumes office.
Oh.
Oh, God.
Yes, the rights of looting have been covered.
Star Wars came from George Lucas. It's a film, a motion picture, a space opera, if you will.
Right, and there was just
That
one
spawned
Star Wars.
many sequels.
Oh, okay. Interesting. And what is a sequel?
He didn't actually walk on the sky, but it was his last name. His father. Oh, go ahead.
Far beyond anything else. I try to follow like a diverse group of like news outlets, and across the board, the riots and the looting have
Yes.
Yes, the rights of looting have
So
been
far,
covered,
we go. So
and I
far,
think
this
that
woman. Hold on. This woman's been. How long has she been yapping for? This cut. 40 minutes.
Yeah.
We've gotten wow and yes from Ellie so far.
Well, I think I was spot on then. She's kind of just observing.
I think she's been totally radicalized at this point. Wow. Yes. Yes. Yes.
protest. I will protest.
Yes is the opposite of no. Yes was created. Yes is a ban. But it's like, is how far beyond parody is this conversation?
Diverse media outlets.
It's just, I mean, like, how do I even?
I'm really worried about the person who's listening to this, nodding along, very like, yeah, this is very informative. You know what? I'm gonna go do some protesting today. Now I'm finally equipped with.
I'll
the
give
knowledge.
Gina this though. She saves the money shot for the end. Like she's building you up like all these great cult leaders do.
Right.
And Gina is a cult leader. Go ahead.
So something that could really deter like an inexperienced protester from protesting. So I did.
Hold on. Gina, I'm a rookie in the protest.
How many protests do you have to protest in order to be a veteran?
It's just so hard to make it for a young kid.
I'm in my third year of protesting. I'm embarrassed to be around you guys. You guys have been doing this. You guys have been burning down buildings forever. What can I do to sort of raise my profile, become not a superstar like you, Gina, but just a good, established, solid, borderline all-star protester?
Look, I got my global warming badge. I got my anti-factory farm badge. I got my gun control badge.
Gina,
I'm just going out there to get some social justice badges.
Point me to the building. I'm ready to burn it down. Like it's time for me to make the leap. I've been in the shadows for too long. I'm never going to be you, Gina. Don't get me wrong.
You come from a long line of protesters. I'm a little embarrassed even talking to you, but if you'll give me a little advice,
Gina, I can't even say this in my regular voice. There's no protesting history in my family. Like I'm new here. I'm new at this game.
Gina rolls her eyes. Okay,
fine. And Gina's mom, like the old veteran, just kind of sits in the background. And sort of like consults her now. You know, like.
Well, they carry her into the protests.
Yeah, like
on their shoulders.
Like a couple of years from now, like Belichick will be like the president or whatever, and he'll sit up in the booth and kind of look down. Is that what she'll be? Is that what Gina's grandmother's like?
Yes.
Just like when you see Danny Ainge
during the protest.
Oh, interesting shot. Oh, here you go, boy. Oh my God, those are. And she's like jaded. She's like, these new protesters don't know shit.
Jim Nance, Gina's mom, Rebecca, looking proudly at her daughter.
Like, oh,
I see a lot of me and you, young fella.
These new protesters don't know anything. When we did it, we did it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You keep whining. Yeah, you're fine. All right. Let me hear some more from Gina.
To kind of take a moment to specifically talk about riots and looting, both in general and then both in the
good.
context.
Interesting.
Of
Good.
this
I was hoping we'd
particular
get to this.
protest. So there's kind of 3 levels to this. I tried to break this up like in an organized kind of.
Hold on. I mean, we are.
Explains what looting is. I'm going to shit myself.
It's like the Office thing where Jim, when Michael's in the presentation, he just draws the pyramid. Michael's like, I gotta call my money guy. Ellie's broken now. Poor Ellie. She's donating. I feel bad for her now. I mean, this is like hardcore left-wing, like Weather Underground, like radical radio. I mean, this, like, think about what's going on here.
This is an instruction manual for Antifa.
And you're saying, oh, but they're talking about peaceful. No, they are not. Ellie made that clear earlier. Gina's made it clear, kind of, but Gina is just, again, getting you wound up. This is the appetizer.